Night falls over Rome. The air does not cool. Even now, hours after the sun has dropped behind the hills, the stone holds the day's heat. The walls radiate it back into the narrow streets. The brick absorbs it. The wooden beams above your head trap it. There is no wind. The sky is hazy with smoke from 10,000 cooking fires, from lamps, from braziers, from the refuse smoldering in the alleys. You are standing in the Subura. The streets here are barely wide enough for two men to pass. Above you, the insulae rise 5-6 stories into the dark. Timber frames, plaster walls, thin partitions between one family and the next. You can hear everything. A child crying, a man coughing, a woman shouting at her husband. The sound carries through the wood like the building is breathing. The insulae lean. You notice this more at night. They tilt toward each other across the street, their upper floors almost touching. Laundry hangs between them on ropes. The buildings were not meant to stand this tall. The landlords keep adding floors, more rent, more tenants, more weight on foundations that were never strong enough. Somewhere above, timber groans. A brief sound, then nothing. You smell oil, cheap lamp oil. Every room burns it. Every window glows faintly orange. The smell mixes with sweat, with urine from the chamber pots emptied into the gutter, with rotting food. The city smells like it is fermenting. Someone pushes past you, a man carrying a jug of water. He does not apologize. There are too many people. Always too many people. Rome swallowed the world, and now it is choking on what it took. You move toward the Forum. The streets widen slightly, but they never empty. Even at night, people are awake. Vendors sell bread from carts. A group of men argue outside a tavern. You catch fragments, grain prices, the emperor, the games, always the games. The bread is smaller than it was last month. Everyone has noticed this. The grain ships from Egypt are late, or they are not enough, or someone is hoarding. The rumors change depending on who is speaking. The price does not. It rises. A woman sits on the step of a shuttered shop. She holds a baby. The baby is not crying. It is too hot to cry. She looks at you as you pass. Her face is blank, not hostile, not pleading, just waiting. The Forum at night is different. The temples stand silent. The Senate house is closed. The shops are dark. But people are here, always people, sleeping in doorways, sitting against columns. Rome does not have enough rooms. It does not have enough space, so people make space where they can. You hear laughter, rich laughter. A sedan chair carried by 4 slaves moves through the Forum. The curtains are drawn, but you see the flicker of lamplight inside. Whoever is inside does not see the woman with the baby, does not smell the oil, does not feel the heat the way you feel it. The divide is not subtle. It is carved into the stone. The houses on the Palatine Hill have gardens. They have fountains. They have slaves who fan the air. Down here, in the valleys between the hills, you have wood and plaster and the constant fear that the man above you will knock over a lamp. You climb toward the Palatine, not to the top. You cannot go there, but high enough to see. The hill is dark. The emperor's palace is vast. They say Nero is not even in the city. He is in Antium, by the sea, where the air is cool. People talk about this. Why is he not here? Why does he not see what is happening? The grain shortage, the overcrowding, the tension that sits in the streets like the heat. Some say he does not care. Some say he is building, always building. A golden palace, statues, gardens, while the insulae crack and sag. You do not know what is true. No one does. But the absence is felt. You return to the streets, the Subura again, the Aventine, the neighborhoods where the poor live stacked on top of each other. A fire started here 2 weeks ago, a small one. Someone knocked over a lamp. The flames climbed the wooden wall. They reached the next room, then the next. 20 people lost everything before it was stopped. It happens often. Fire in the insulae. You hear about it the way you hear about fever. Common, expected. Dangerous, but not unusual. But tonight the air feels different. Dry, brittle. The wood in the buildings is so old it cracks when you press it. The beams are pine and fir, resinous. They were cheap when the landlords bought them. Now they are tinder. The landlords do not repair. They collect rent and wait for the structure to collapse. Then they rebuild. Higher, cheaper. You pass a tavern. Men are inside drinking. You hear one of them say the city is cursed. Another laughs. Another says nothing. He just drinks. Cursed is the wrong word. Overloaded is better. Rome is too big, too dense, too strained. It has outgrown itself. The aqueducts bring water but not enough. The grain ships bring food but not enough. The insulae provide shelter but not safety. You think about the temples, the sacrifices, the priests who read the entrails and declare the gods are pleased. But the gods are not here, not in the Subura, not in the wooden rooms where families sleep three to a bed. A dog barks somewhere, then another, then silence again. You find yourself near the Circus Maximus. The great oval sits empty, dark, but you can still hear it, the memory of the crowd, the roar. The games are the only thing that holds the city together. Bread and circuses. When the grain runs low, the games run longer. Nero understands this. Whatever else he is, he understands that. But tonight, there are no games. Just heat, just smoke, just the weight of all these people pressed into too little space. You walk back through the streets. The lamps are still burning. Every window, every doorway, tiny flames, hundreds of them, thousands. The city glows faintly in the dark like coals. You pass the woman with the baby again. She is still sitting, still waiting. The baby is asleep now. You pass the tavern. The men are quieter. One of them has his head on the table. You pass the insulae leaning toward each other. The timber creaking. The plaster crumbling. The families inside breathing the hot, oiled air. Somewhere a shutter bangs against a wall. Once, twice. Then it stops. No one knows what is coming. You do not know. The priests do not know. The emperor by the sea does not know. But the city knows. The timber knows. The stone knows. The lamps know. Rome is dry. Rome is crowded. Rome is waiting. And somewhere in one of these 10,000 rooms, a lamp is burning too close to a wall. The flame is small, ordinary, unremarkable. It flickers in the still air. No breeze moves it. No hand steadies it. And the city sleeps.